Sit back and enjoy.
There is clear fundamentals about. Let me start with feeding the planet and these mega trends. Obviously, everybody knows the population in the planet is growing exponentially, and on the other side, arable land is decreasing. The only way to make that equation work is through fertilizers. Mineral fertilizers are the key fertilizers with capacity to make a difference in terms of returns in arable land. And we are talking about that maybe around half of the production of food production, of plant production, is thanks to fertilizers. Otherwise, the numbers will be a lot lower. So it's an extremely significant input into this equation, no? And to make it work, and only becoming more and more important. And fertilizer NPK, so it's nitrogen, phosphate, and potash. Potash is important for growth of plants, for a lot of the returns and the performance of crops, no? And to keep that going forward. The three major producers, country producing MOP potash in the world are: the first one is Canada, the second one is Russia, and the third one is Belarus. So as you said, between the two of them, almost 40%, 37, 38% of global production. And then you have that, when you look at Europe specifically, almost half of the demand in Europe has been covered so far with Russian and Belarus products. So it is even a bigger problem that Europe has in terms of gas. That was probably the first one that came up in the news. 40% of European gas relying on Russia. Belarus was, I mean, this is prior to the war in Ukraine, was already sanctioned by European and American governments. So Belarus, and also being Belarus country landlocked, or the only way out through Lithuania, and being, I mean, the sanctions being applied, the restrictions are already having a significant effect. In Russia, we are only seeing the start of that, and we can only, unfortunately, expect things are going to get worse, and therefore it's a significant dependency from Europe that needs to be covered. As you know, and with gas or any other raw material, I mean, you can cover these things from one day to another. These projects, you easily are talking about 10 years, 12 years to get to production. So the fact that Highfield, or the Muga project is our project in Spain, is about to start construction, as you said at the beginning of the interview, is to be at the right time, at the right moment for the needs of especially European needs, but in general global needs of potash, and at the end of the day, food supply and security of supply of food.